Alright, so the cost of video games these days is ridiculous, but you know what's even worse? The fact that you don't actually own them. And they can take it away from you at any moment for any reason, and there is nothing you can do about it. Congratulations, your favorite console's marketplace is essentially just a blockbuster. Whoa, hi, sorry, there's a lot going on here, I know. Before you click away, hi, my name's Colin. This is my little YouTube channel, Tire Fire. We like to cover a lot of things, but mainly automotive and gaming. What are we doing here today? We're talking about tangible media. Where is it? Why did it die? Rather, why is physical media dying? I mean, convenience, I know, but also stick with me. With what's happening right now between Sony PS5 users and Discovery Plus users, it's really gonna show that digital downloads are just glorified rentals. Congratulations, your favorite console's marketplace is essentially just a blockbuster. Fans of Discovery Plus who use the app on their PlayStation 5 are now finding that because Discovery Plus pulled the app off the platform, they can't access the documentaries they paid for. So if you're one of the poor unfortunate souls that bought something on Discovery Plus on a PS5, you're never gonna see that again, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Yo, my bad. Present day Colin here. They actually retracted that and rolled back on their decision, so they're not gonna be pulling content off of PS5s anymore. However, I think the situation coming up as it did still sets the precedence for problems down the line, and I'm glad that it ended the way it did. Hopefully that becomes the precedence for dealing with these types of situations, but I didn't want to give you inaccurate information, so back to the video. I get that music went by the wayside in favor of MP3 players and stuff like that, because why would you carry around a cassette or a CD when you can carry around 1,000 songs? That's way more convenient, of course. I don't understand necessarily why video games went down the same path. I do and I don't. On one hand, I understand that games have been getting larger, and that's one reason why you can't exactly fit it all onto a disc. On the other hand, I know there's a lot of costs associated with developing a video game these days, but if we're just looking at the cost of physical media compared to the retail price it reflects, Nintendo was making cartridge video games for $3 to $5 a pop, and that was 30 to 40 years ago, where they were selling for 30 to 50 bucks. I mean, Temu's selling 64 gigabyte SD cards for $3.98 a piece, and Amazon selling a 50 pack of 25 gigabyte DVD ROMs for 20 bucks right now. Now, granted, I know 25 gigabytes is just parsing the very beginning of what a game begins to add up to these days in size. And that's why I sort of get why physical media and tangible media is falling by the wayside, because, I mean, back in the day, you could make a cartridge video game for a few bucks a pop and sell it for $30 to $50 a piece in store and not really worry about the repercussions. But the first games were only kilobytes in size, so they were simple enough back then where beta testing was feasible. You didn't have to test a million different variables. In a modern video game, if the ray tracing doesn't work right, that's beta testing. If graphics glitch, that's beta testing. If one of the 5 million randomly generated items doesn't work right, that's beta testing. And these days, there's so many different things to worry about that trying to get it all out in beta testing would be impossible. You'd never get a game out. So I get why there's patches, and I get why we need extra hard drive space, and I get why you can't fit it onto an Amazon 25 gigabyte Blu-ray disc. I get it. I'm not an applied math major, but I think that adds up. I know 2 plus 2, and something about that just adds up. And I can't help but feeling like none of this would have happened if we didn't push for 120 gigabyte games in 8K resolution. Well, even so, I would still much rather play GTA 6 over 4 different discs as opposed to have to download a patch for the next day and a half and then download another patch and then delete all the other games on my Xbox One so that I can make room for the patch that's needed to get onto GTA 6 Online. It's just bull. I tell you what, I grew up in a very convenient time to be a gamer. If you already had the disc in the console, it was like a 3-second startup process. And now I feel like it's a minute to get loaded into any game. And in a world of convenience, in a world where my precious seconds are being sapped away from me and time is more invaluable than God, that's every person right now. Every single person in the world is like, my time is worth everything. So why the f are we putting up with like that? Okay, I'm sorry, I digress. I'll dial it back in now. So, why is tangible media dying, people? Is it on us, the consumers, for not wanting a piece of media that can drop and break or that can get lost? Is it on the publishers and developers for sinking too much budget into marketing as opposed to just development and beta testing? Or is it on the end retailers for ultimately just wanting to carry a little card with a game code because that's way easier to inventory manage than a whole bunch of games? I mean, think about it. If you were GameStop right now, what would you rather be managing? A warehouse full of broken games and big boxes and consoles, or... Oh god, I got something in my eye. A big warehouse full of broken boxes and consoles and mismatched games, or an office closet full of little cards? In any case, I don't have the answers, but let's start the tangible media discussion here. If you liked the video, subscribe, check out the channel for more, and we'll see you next time.